Do you, dear, want a secret word of passion and peril? Find out if Ask Me What You Want 2024 is a must-watch as a young secretary's intense effort with her powerful mistress's boss uncover a secret that could destroy everything. Prepare for a sizzling Spanish cinematic experience that promises to push boundaries, but the real question is whether this tale of forbidden desire delivered true heat or just lukewarm spark. The Spanish-language film Ask Me What You Want is an aeronautic romantic drama directed by Lucia Alimani. The main cast features Gabriela Andrada as Jutta Flores and Mario Andres and Eric Zimmerman with notable supporting roles from actors like Peco and Celia Freijeiro. Now what we remember include cinematographic Tia Kratil and screenwriter Levi Vivian Dakota, and Marina Martina Laguna. The 2024 film is a highly anti-Semitic animatic adaptation of the massively successful Spanish erotic novel Pedem Lucia Aquarius by Arthur Megan Maxwell. This novel is a cultural phenomenon in Spanish-speaking markets, having sold millions of copies, which immediately set a high bar for the fidelity and quality of the screen version. The source material is known for its passion story innovating of a corporate executive with a secret lifestyle and his young secretary. The pre-release hype for Ask Me What You Want was significant, largely driven by the immense popularity of the original novel, which has often been comparative of to the Fifty Shades of Grey from Norman. In terms of its best-selling status and subject matter, fans were eager to see the economic character and their intense, sensual relationship brought to life on screen. General expectations central on the film delivering a faithful, steamy, and emotionally charged adaptation and could capture the intense chemistry and dark secret that made the book a sensation. With a production budget of over €5.2 million in distribution by Warner Brothers Pictures, there was considerable hope from a high-quality, commercially successful Spanish-language entry into the erotic drama genre. Eric Zimmerman, the German owner of a successful pharma company, arrival is middle of oversees the Spanish branch following his father's death. He is a commanding and attractive businessman who quickly marked his presence felt in the office. There he meets Jodhia Flores, a brilliant yacht secretary working at the company's headquarters. Jodhia is ambitious, dedicated to her job and initially focused solely on her career advancement within the company. A powerful and undeniable attraction sparked immediately between the boss and employer. Eric's son invited Jodhia off to enter his private world, a realm of secret, sensual games and uninhabited explorations. Jyotia is seduced by Eric's attention and agrees to his clandestine lifestyle. The passionate affair rapidly intensifies, but as their connection grows, Jyot begins to realize Eric is hiding a significant secret that could shatter the fragile foundation of their intensely erotic relationship. I story and pacing. The narrative of Asking Me What You Want is inherently compelling, layering the proven imperial of the boss employee for bitter romance and architecture and infusing in with an erotic layer from his source novel. The central conflict, Jyotia's explorations of Eric's secret world versus her need for a stable, honest relationship, is emotionally engaging, driven by the intense chemistry that mark her initial moral compromise feel believable. However, the plot's logic, seemingly strain under the weight of the dramatic conventions of the genre. Whenever emotionally leaper sometimes replace general character work, especially is the most fantastic element of a Rick's lifestyle. Pacing is the point of contention. The first act is the swift and highly effective, quickly setting up the attraction and escalating the physical relationship, which keep the viewer hooked of the intensity. Unfortunately, the middle section, which meet of explore the emotional fallout and Eric underlying secret, notably drugs, the negative loses its momentum, relying heavily on repeating argument or highly stylized yet dramatically romantic interlude. It only true picks up again in the final third, rushing to resolve the complex emotional and secretive thread that had been slowly building. B. Performance and character. Gabriela Andrada as Jothia Flores delivered the standout performance of the film. She successfully navigates the challenging arts of a smart, career-focused woman who is both empowered by and vulnerable to a whirlwind romance. Andrada delicate work as one critic not allowed to the film to transect canon, providing a layering portrayal that sells the character internal conflict and confusion more effectively than the scripted itself. Sometimes manager her her emotional reactions feel genuine and anchor the melodrama. Maria's portrayal of Eric Zimmerman is physically captivating and appropriately rough embroidery and body is distract and controlling romantic lead required for the role. Well, he nailed the dominating presence of the powerful executive and the character deeper development after feel underdeveloped, making his secret more of a plot device than an organized part of his personality. While the characters fulfill their archetypal roles, the naive but capable secretary and the enigmatic boss Eric is particularly saliently one-dimensional, a figure of desire, all complexity are served but never fully realized. See visual and cinematography. Cinematographer Thais Kettle gives the film a rich high-glass visual aesthetic that professionally suits the erotic drama genre. The color palette oscillates between the cool professional blue and grays of the corporate setting and the warm, deep red or golden of the private, sensual environment. This deliberate contrast effective separate judge toward a highlight the illicit nature of their effort. The camera work in the flooded and intimate, often using close-up to the emphasize the intense connection and emotional streak between the two leads. A standout visual aspect in the set design with an erratic apartment and the visual club which are sumptuous and luxurious, lending a sense of and fancy of their another countries. These scenes are often Beaton is more controlling, creating a memorable stylized look. They elevative the visual experience bound typical romance and fear. D. Sound and music. The film score composed by Vanessa God is a significant element in building the atmosphere. It's used a mix of sweeping, classical-inspired romantic orchestrations for the emotional scenes and bolstering modern electronic music for the highly charged erotic sequence. This effective dual approach helps to consistently signal the viewers whether they should be leaning into the romance or the passion, enhancing the intending mood of each scene. Sound design is particularly crucial in the intimate scenes where the focus is placed on subtle amplified ambient noise such as breathing and rustling fabric which contribute to the heightened sense to realism and immersion. In contrast, the bristling, the rolled environment of the swagger clubs is rendered with the deliberate sensory overload, reinforcing the feeling of the dangers and excitement the Eric War represent to youth. The music and sound together successfully manipulate the emotional tension, making the quiet moment feel prequels and the dramatic scenes overwhelming. E-themes and emotional impact. The core theme of Ask Me What You Want revolve around power, demonstrate sexual liberations, and the conflict between personal desire and professional life. The film explores how Eric's power as a boss intently distracts the term of their relationship, forcing Jotik to confront their over boundaries and desires. The narrative suggests that true love required honesty and balance of power, challenging the traditional fantasy trope by examining the emotional cost of secrecy and submission. While the film provides a strong dose of escapist fantasy and intense romance, its emotional impact is somewhat fleeting. The initial excitement and heat are very effective, but the dramatic depth and resolutions do not linger as profounding as the visual and sensual moments. It satisfies the immediate craving for a passion story, but leaves some of the more complex emotional questions regarding consent and the power imbalance unresolved, making the long-term emotional reasons feel less substantial. F. Unique observations. Ask Me What You Want has a unique place in Spanish cinema as the high-budget Warner Brother backed adaptations of an unprecedented Spanish literary performance. The novel by Megan Maxwell has sold millions, setting a massive and devout fan base ready to criticize its adaptations. This is not just a film, it's a major cultural event of the Spanish Romantic writer. The movie is most comparable to Hollywood's Fifty Shades trilogy given the similarities in the most employer dynamic and the explorations of domestic erotic themes. However, Ask Me What You Want after adopt a silently more grounded, though still melodramatic European approach to the story contrast the highly polished American version. Personally, I found the choice to shoot key visually virgin scenes in locations like here, Hidera and Madrid add and authenticity to the Spanish setting that the original novel fan base will appreciate, marking the fantasy feel domestically relatable. Final verdict: Miss score 6 out of 10 star with visually striking and fronting a strong lead professional performance from Gabriela. Andrada Ask Me What You Want ultimately suffers from pacing issues and a narrative that relies too heavily on grand cliches without fully exploring the emotional complexity in them. The middle section, drugs and the court conflicts of the secret feel underdeveloped, leaving the emotional play-off feeling less earned than the intense intrigue heat suggests. It's a beautifully shot film, but the narrative and character depth need more refinement to earn a must-watch rating. This film will be most enjoyed by viewers who are already fans of original Megan Maxwell novel, or those high-hour enjoy gloss melodramatic erotic drama like the Fifty Shades series. Audience sufficiently speaking intense visually with Spanish language romantic and how prioritize sensual tension over complex plotting should find satisfaction. However, viewers who prefer tightly plotted thriller, well-rounded character development or narrative that offer serious social commentary on power dynamic will likely find his movie a disappointment. With all the high-stakes passions, beautiful visual and melodrama, Ask Me What You Want certainly delivered as Cap, but its inconsistent plot push it just outside the realm of essential viewing. If you still craving a dark Spanish language romantic with the Dominic Boss and Secret. Will highly recommended. Watch the movie clip and my film next. Is this movie in your golden frame or not? Share your verdict in comment below and don't forget to subscribe for more detailed movie breakdown.